Hello everyone. So this was the final video of the whole write-up, section. I hope the videos were useful, so pretty much you have written up everything, everything is done. So I'm just going to share some of my, personal experiences. So initially when I was starting to write up, I did have like a thought block, you just get frozen. You're just sitting and thinking a lot, and you're just not able to, start the write-up. So in those situations, one thing that can help is to start with your results paragraph. It's always the easiest paragraph to do. Definitely have a template, like I mentioned in my previous videos, I'm happy to share my template. It does build up your confidence like more than 50% that this is doable. And also, like I mentioned, start your introduction paragraph while you are collecting the data. That takes up to like 80% plus confidence that I can do this. This is nothing, and I can just finish it up. Avoid plagiarism. So I mean, not all, but majority of the journals, they do check for plagiarism. They will let you know, and you can make edits or changes, as you go along. But as long as you keep the sentences short and have multiple sentences, don't have long sentences. If there is like a sentence that has multiple ands and commas, break it up into 3 or 4 different sentences. Usually the plagiarism software cannot pick those up. Um, and then one other important feature is, like I said, avoid cheerleading, avoid saying that uh, there was approaching statistical significance. The p-value was 0.06. That doesn't mean anything. Like I said in my previous videos about the p-value, avoid mentioning those kind of things. If there is no significant difference, don't say that one thing is better than other, and use terms like seems and suggests based on how strong you think your data or results are. In my opinion, the only place where you can really say that this is it, this is the result, this is what needs to be done, is if you have large number of randomized control trials and you're reporting a pooled analysis or pooled results from a randomized control trial. So once you decide which journal you want to submit, look up their basic requirements, a cover letter, have a title page, separately prepared, have the manuscript prepared, leave like 1.5 or 2 sentence spaces, between the sentences, use the same kind of font size, have a supplementary material file ready. Whatever you think is too much information in your manuscript, present them in a supplementary file. Tables can go with the manuscript. When the paper gets accepted, the typesetting or the editorial office will reach out to you on submitting the tables as a separate file. There should be an abbreviations page. Abstract, most of the time it has to be 250 words or less. Keywords, report your disclosures, report your funding source. References, use a easy to use reference manager. I personally use EndNote. There are a lot of reference managers and a lot of YouTube videos on how to use a reference manager, for your purpose. There are many free ones too, so I've been using EndNote for a long time. So I just stick to, that one reference manager. Figures, forest plots, funnel plots, they have to be 300 dpi or more in terms of the image resolution. I use a free software called Irfan View. It works only on Windows, but it has a very easy to use, user interface. All I do is like edit some texts or add the I-square, percentage value, change the image size to 300 dpi, save it as a TIFF file, and then upload on the submission website. Some of the journals will require you to submit a separate conflicts of interest or disclosure form, a separate like diversity inclusion form. So depending on the journal, you will have these few extra things to do, but have everything collected in one folder, because once you undergo the review process, there will be reviewer comments that you have to respond to. So having all of them saved in one Google Drive folder or a single folder in your laptop will be very helpful as you keep going along. Round 1 review process, round 2 review process, and then the PDF proofs that you have to check. Finally, by the time it comes online or it gets published, it's usually 4 to 6 to maybe sometimes 10 months, before it comes. So have everything in one place. There will be changes as you go along. Reviewers will ask for different things on forest plot, different things to change on your table. So it's a good practice, to have everything at one place until the final publication comes out. I might have missed points again, I don't know. I think I covered pretty much all the things that I personally did in my experience of writing up, collecting the files that's needed for a submission process up to the point where it gets published. If you have any specific questions, reach out to me. I'm happy to share the information or at least find some, resource or source for you to go ahead with your project. Thank you.